investment. So yeah, no. Yeah. Okay, till now we have covered so many of CSS properties. Today we are going to cover the CSS workflow property. Okay, CSS width, max width, and min width, and then we will go with the opacity. Okay, and we'll see the some wardrobe properties and box shadow. Okay, these are the important properties actually in CSS. These are the important properties, and we'll see some other CSS important properties also. We'll see tomorrow. We are going to see the CSS animations part. Okay, and that after completing CSS animations, we'll see the forms, some form elements, how we can design a form element using CSS with all these properties only. With that, CSS, all CSS will class will over. Okay, nothing else is there with the CSS tree also. Okay, then from Monday we'll move to the JavaScript. So meanwhile, on Saturday I will give you one website. You need to prepare that website and you can submit on Monday. Okay, I'll give mostly tomorrow or day after tomorrow, and that you need to submit on Monday. Okay, if you have any doubts on Monday class, like you are unable to do that website task, I will design. Okay, so step by step, I'll go with that website and I will design. First, you need to practice that. So if you are not unable to do that, any part of that website, we will do step by step in your class only on Monday, and then we'll go to the JavaScript. No problem for that. So till now, what we have learned that's enough for CSS actually. An important part also, one more is there, CSS media queries. Okay, animations media queries. Okay, I will try to take on Saturday also class. Then we'll go the Saturday also. Actually, in Sunday is elections here. So if any uh, like any to go outside any things. Okay, my brother only is contesting here because of that he's busy. So if any no work is there for me on Saturday, so I'll take the class and we'll complete the wrap up of the CSS. Otherwise, we'll take one more class on Monday and we'll complete the CSS. Okay. So we'll see then after completing that HTML and CSS, we'll see we'll take some of the recognized institutions. Their CSS or HTML syllabuses are there, right? We'll see that syllabus and we'll go through one by one topic and we'll see any topic we have didn't told in our class. Like that we'll see if it is important, we'll see in our platform. Okay. That way we'll complete HTML and CSS. Actually, these are the pillars. Any UI developers, HTML, CSS are the pillars. If you are good at HTML and CSS and JavaScript also, knowledge you required. Angular, you are good at Angular also. Okay, Angular is mainly using all these JavaScript features. Okay, with HTML and CSS, we will design that website, and then the logics, everything will write in JavaScript only. So, some combination of all these will provide you a one framework, that is Angular framework. So you are good at Angular also. So no problem. So no need to think about how things are going on. So you need to concentrate on every topic. Because today topics are also important. I told you right, 60% of the topics till now we have covered. So the box model properties, text properties, font properties. Box model only I told you that 40%. Now 20% I told you right. Today and tomorrow topics are 20% important. So we are going into the topics now today. First one we'll go with the So first property is overflow property. I'm refreshing this. We didn't get anything. Now div. I'm taking one div. Inside that div, I'm keeping some dummy content. So here we will get actually the dummy content. So this much dummy content I'm taking. Okay. Now I'm refreshing here. So that dummy content here we got right. Now in the CSS, I'm applying the some width, okay, width and height. Width is some 300 pixels I'm applying. Okay, height is some 100 pixels I'm applying. Now you can see that, and some border will apply. Border, config, solid, solid, dash, C6, some gray color. See now, actually the content is up to here only, right? So the div is up to here only, right? Here remaining content is overflowing from the div, right? We'll give some background color. We'll see the actual content. Mm, yes, we can give the back and the color we can give the white to see you the exact content. Okay, they only you can give, and here some blue color will give. Okay, some three pics will give, and the gray color. I'll give white color. That outside content is there, right? That we can't see that. So now div is occupying up to this box is there, right? Gray color box. To here only the div is occupying. Remaining content is overflowing from the div, right? So to handle this type of workflow, we have CSS default property is there. That is CSS overflow property. That is overflow. So overflow visible. So overflow visible. Visible means same only. Now that overflow is there, right? That is visible. This is the default property only. If you are not applying anything, visible means that overflow content we are visible. Visible means we are seeing that overflow property. Now we have one more is hidden. Okay. I don't want to see that overflow content. So now that content is gone. Okay. So this is very dangerous overflow hidden property. So don't apply. In these cases, what but still you need to read that overflow property. In that case, okay. In that case, in this overflow visible hidden are there, right? Instead of applying that overflow hidden property, we have scroll. Okay, overflow scroll properties. Then what we will do? We'll get the scroll. We'll get it. Okay, we got the scroll right. So we can read that overflow property. Overflow scroll means we will get that we have one more property is there, that is overflow auto. The difference between overflow scroll and overflow auto is overflow scroll means if this horizontal scroll is there, right? Here the scroll came right, but there in this case that overflow horizontal scroll is not necessary. Okay, that overflow horizontal scroll is not necessary because width is occupied and the content is broken, right? So no problem if I don't have not required. So overflow scroll means the both side scroll will apply. Overflow auto means wherever we require that overflow the scroll, then there only it will apply. Now overflow auto. Okay, I'm saving this and you can see that. Okay, you can see that overflow auto means that horizontal scroll is not necessary, not required, right? Then it is gone. Okay, this is the difference between overflow scroll and overflow auto. So both will give scroll only, but overflow scroll means if not necessary also that will provide you the both scroll, horizontal scroll and vertical scroll it will give. Okay, this is horizontal, this is vertical. So horizontal scroll is not required here in this case. Still we are getting the overflow scroll property if I am applying. So if I'm applying overflow auto property, then wherever we have required the means auto, you need to scroll the items auto move. Okay, if it is a horizontal scroll required, you can give the horizontal scroll. If it is vertical scroll, you can provide you the vertical scroll also. So vertical scroll when we will get, so that we'll see later actually, because that is min width and max width. Next the next topic is min width and max width only. So there we'll see that min width and max width properties. For now, these are enough. First one is overflow visible, overflow hidden, and overflow auto, and overflow scroll. These are the four important properties. These are the important properties only. Most of the cases in our websites or in our applications, tables are there, right? Table. In that table, we have actually 30 records only. We need to see 30 records only. Remaining 20 records, we need to scroll that. In that cases, we will apply the overflow auto property. Then we will get the scroll and we can scroll the remaining items. Okay. So in that cases, you need the overflow auto property. Not only that, content also, most of the content. So body is there, right? That body default, it contains the workflow auto property only. Okay, workflow auto property only. If it is required a horizontal scroll, so for suppose body height 100% means we will not get the scroll actually. Height 100% means actual height is out of the document is there, that only. In case if I'm applying 200%. 100% means up to here. 200% means more space. Okay. And in HTML, for HTML also, we need to apply for both at a time. You can see now. That scroll is there, right? It came right. You're seeing that scroll. The scroll is there, right? Height 200%. If 100% means you will not get actually. Okay. Okay. Actually, the content is some content is missing, right? A little some scroll is required here because of div is there, right? On the top div some margin is created. Because of that, overflow auto property applied and the scroll came. Okay, if you are giving more than that 100% means like 120%, 150% means double size, right? In that case we will get the overflow auto property. Because of the overflow property only, scroll will get. So we can go to the CSS inspector. Okay, so this HTML display block, and we have computed, right? Here we can see that workflow. So workflow visible auto. Okay, workflow behavior block auto. Here all auto. Okay, and visible workflow by. So one more here. Instead of workflow auto is there, right? Workflow X I can write. Workflow X. Okay, workflow X auto. Workflow there it is written like that only. Workflow Y auto. Now, what is overflow X means horizontal. This horizontal scroll. Y means this horizontal scroll. If overflow Y hidden, if I will apply, you can see that. Okay, Y. Now that scroll is there, right? That is gone. Okay. So overflow Y, instead of that visible, I am writing overflow scroll. So only Y only I need scroll. I got. Okay. Like this only you can try. So you don't want to overflow X and Y positions. Means horizontal and vertical scrolls you don't require. Only vertical only you require. Then overflow Y scroll you can write. Otherwise overflow auto also you can write. Okay. Overflow Y if you are writing means what is the disadvantage is if I'm giving height here and instead of that 800 pixels I'm giving right. 800 pixels means now the content will be adjusted in that 800 pixels only. But still you are getting the scroll. See here. This scroll is not required actually. This scroll is there, right? Okay. You are seeing that this one, this scroll. If I'm instead of that, if I am applying the auto, now you can see that that will go because we don't require that vertical scroll also in that case. So it will remove that vertical scroll also. So you can try and you can understand that. Okay. By seeing, I can't imagine that. You can apply this overflow X auto or overflow Y auto and like that you can see. So here if I 800 instead of 500, 400 only will give. So now you can see overflow X auto I have written, right? Instead of auto, if I'm writing scroll, here actually I don't require the scroll, but still I will get that scroll. Overflow X scroll means I'm telling if the content is scrollable or not. Also give the scroll means then it is giving. Auto means whenever you require the scroll, you can apply that scroll. That is auto properties. Okay. So we have seen that workflow properties, workflow auto, workflow visible, workflow hidden, workflow scroll. These are the four important properties in workflow. So the next property is float property. Float CSS float properties. To show you the float properties, I'm taking 4 divs. 3 divs are enough. One div class equal to okay, div one. Let's take the div one. Div one. The float property is useful for and the element need to float left side or right side. Okay. In that cases, we will use the overflow float property. Avan Kumar, again, just now I told you, right? Again, yesterday also position absolute I'm taking and telling. Overflow scroll, just now I have told you, right? 5 times I told you. I'm starting, I don't know. So overflow auto, overflow scroll. Scroll means if you are not required the scroll also, in that cases, you will get that scroll properties. Okay. See, I have saved this. So here actually you don't require scrolls now because the content is big content, width and height are more only, here not required scrolls. In that cases, if you are trying to apply the overflow scroll property, then you will get the scrolls both sides. Here you don't require the scrolls actually. Whenever you are required only, that scrolls will apply. So when that scrolls will come means I'm copying the content and pasting 2 times. Now you can see here. Okay. So that scroll will come, but if not necessary also, the scroll is coming, right? Here, that much big content is not there. Still, I'm getting the scroll, right? So this is disturbing the actual content. This is disturbing the actual content. So in that cases, what you will do, if uh, overflow auto you can apply, then what will happen? So if here in this place, I don't require the scroll. I don't require that scroll. So that scroll is not coming. Okay. Now you can see. Still I will get scroll here. Why I'm getting scroll means auto, that is auto state. Auto state means whenever you require to scroll the content, then scroll will come. Otherwise, don't come scroll. But in overflow scroll means we are telling if you are required or not required also, give the scroll bar, empty scroll bars. That is overflow scroll property and overflow auto. Okay, that's what I'm telling. If I'm here uh, showing that you can't understand that 100%, but when you are trying this, you will get 100% what is that flow, see, Warflow scroll property and Warflow auto property. You will see that difference. Easily you can see that difference. Apply first. You can take one div and give the content, max content you can give. Okay. And apply the Warflow scroll property. And next time, see that you will get horizontal and vertical scroll bars, extra vertical bars that will come actually. That will it will disturb you the content and it will not look good also. And you can again apply the overflow auto property. In that case, we will not see the scrolls are there, right? Horizontal scroll and vertical scrolls, we will not see them. So that because of that, I'm telling when I'm showing this, you can't understand 100%. Okay, you can't understand that 100%. When you will understand 100% means when you are trying that and you can see that practically, then you can understand. Okay, what is the difference is there here? Okay, three times I think you are listen three times. First time in class you can listen, practice that. Okay, and go to the YouTube there. I'm placing that and again listen that class. That you will get 100%. Here you are getting 50% half of knowledge. Then you are trying that means and you are seeing again means okay, okay. Why he is telling two times, three times means you will get that 100% you will get. That way only you can go. If I'm telling one property means in class, if I'm telling one property, so 100% you can't understand that property in class only. Okay, don't think that I didn't understand 100% of this. Okay, you can try that. In class you can understand. Okay, what is the workflow property? Workflow is for if his content is overflowing from the actual div, you need to apply this workflow property, and we can control that workflow by applying the scroll. In that scroll also we have two properties, auto scroll and the scroll property. Scroll means if not necessary cases also scroll will apply. Auto means if that required scroll, then only we'll get the scroll. So that content you have understand. Then uh, go to your class and you can prepare that actually. You can prepare that, you can apply that workflow property for particular divs. Then practically you can understand that okay, this is overflow property. Then listen again this my class, listen again, then you will get 100%. And we will see again all these properties. Okay, don't worry, we'll see again this property, this all these properties in while we are building the website, or in meanwhile we are going, we need to build some income applications. There also we will use all these properties. Okay, then he practically can is war flow and war scroll. War scroll is not there. War scroll means war scroll is not there. War flow only is there. Okay, there is no overflow. Okay, don't think that that is not important also. Only overflow property we have. Okay, see here, overflow only. Over scroll behavior means that this is not a context actually. See here, I'm telling the overflow property here. Over scroll, both are completely different. Okay, that over scroll property is different. This overflow property is different completely. So there is no the okay. So that don't think about this over scroll properties. So this overflow behavior block in line behavior x y. Okay. So still here, overflow scroll you are applying also or not getting. So overflow art, you will get the score. So I'm telling the content overflow, not this overflow. These overflow also behavior is there, some behavior to control these overflow scrolls. Okay, that is about war scroll. Okay, so okay, the next we'll move to the next CSS property class, that is flow property. Yes, I told you right. Div class will take the div class is equal to div 1 and div 2. I have two divs. Div 1 I'm applying. So you can understand that, right? What I am doing. I'm applying the common properties width and height for div applying. For both are divs only, right? So both will apply the width and height 100. Now I want to apply only for specifically div 1 background color blue. Then I'm applying the background color blue. Background color green I'm applying here. Okay. Now you can see that. Okay. This is div 1 and div 2. Now if I'm applying the div 1 and div 2 float left property, what will happen? You can see. So whenever I have applied the float left property, then what will happen? First thing, actually div is a display block level element, right? First that block level element is there, right? That content will that block means now completely that block will gone now. Okay, that block will gone because now and that display block level element will be occupied width up to with 100% and height of like width 150 and height 100 pixels, right? Up to that only the content will occupy now. Float property or applying means width and height properties means block level elements will be, it will not act as a block level elements. Now that block level element will become inline elements. Because of that, it is floated left, okay, side by side, because div 1 is left float left and div 2 also left only. Means that block level is there, right? That is gone now. So I will show you. Now in this case, div 2 start into that float 2. Yes. So what I am telling here, div 1 means completely still it is occupying the entire width, right? In that 100 pixels only the div occupied. Remaining still that width are there, right? It is still existed. But when you are applying that float property, that remaining content empty space is there, right? Actually, that will not consider now the block level element. It will consider as an inline element. When you are applying the float property means that block level div element will become the inline element. Because of that, it will occupy up to here only. Then this div 2 is there, right? It will be sit beside the div 1. So I'm applying the float left for both. Then it will become the, I told you, right? It will become the inline elements and it is sitting beside one by one. It will sitting one by one. Float left property. Instead of that, one div is applying float left, one div is applying float right. So left means left side it will sit, and right means float right side it will sit. Sometimes we will require right logo. I need to keep it here. Left side I need to keep the logo, and menu bar I need to keep in the right side, right? In that cases we will use this float left and float right property only. Okay, so I will use the float left property and I will keep image in the top, and the float right property for I will use for menu bar like navigation link home about us there, right? For that I will use the float right property and I'll keep the content in the right side. Otherwise I'll keep beside of that div one only, like menu bar only I will get, right? Because of that we will use the float left and float right properties. Here one disadvantage is there, that is if you are again you are keeping one more div. You can use float left and float right for anything. You can, for image you can use anything. Okay, I will show you one more example also. Before that, we need to clear the float actually. I'm keeping one more div. Okay, div class, div 3, and this is div 3. Background color, red color. Okay. Now you can see I didn't apply the float left property or float right property for this. Okay. Same only, right? Background color is not applying. That will apply and it will come here actually. It should be sit here because the elements are in the floated property. So you can apply the display. Not the thing actually. Actually, see, because of this float only, we can see the unwanted behavior here. These background colors are not applying, right? Because these float properties we need to clear. When I am clearing that float properties, no, Pawan. Actually, what is happening? This div is floating actually. Here, no, that div is, this div 3 is there, right? This is floating. You are not applying the properties also. That third div will float. We need to clear that actually. Clear left. Okay, clear left. So you seen right and clear right. We need to clear because of this. This is the disadvantage. I need to show you these are these disadvantage only. After you are applying the float properties, you need to next time you are placing any element, any div you are placing means still that div also will float. Okay, you need to clear that float. Clear left and clear right. Okay, now you can see that. Okay, clear left and clear right. Otherwise, clear both. You need to use clear both. Clear both. You are not applying this means you will get this only because the element is floating. Now, still I am applying the float left property. So what will happen? We'll see. So it came here because that the default display block property is there, right? That will go on. Now it will float. That left property is there, right? It will be sit beside the left property. If I will apply the float right property, okay, we can see that. Okay, it will be sit beside the right property, float right property. So next element, if you are keeping any element, so that you should keep you should clear that float properties. Okay, how we can clear the float properties means by using the float left or float right properties. And we can do one more thing also. Div is there, right? I'm creating one pair. We will create one parent div. Okay. Now this is parent div. Let's consider this is a parent div. Parent hyphen div. Okay. I didn't apply anything here actually. Okay. After this, I'm applying one more div is there. Div 4. Okay. This is div 4. For that div 4, I'm applying some background color. We'll apply Some so blue violet will apply. Now you can see that. Okay. After applying that div doesn't have any float right now. Inside of that only the elements are floated. This parent div is there, right? Inside that only elements are floated. I think if you remove this, we'll see. You understand, right? Because this I have given width and height for all these. Because of that only, it is came like this. If I'm removing this, still that float property will apply. You can see that. Okay. Div4 is there, right? Automatically, the div4 is not in the div also. Here, this div4 is there outside of the parent div, right? In that cases, I want only float this parent div inside this parent div elements only. Okay. And outside of this parent div elements, I don't want float. Okay. Then what I will do, I will apply for parent div colon 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 after. Okay. I told you, right? One day I will show you that colon colon before colon colon after to place the content and after. So that real time scenarios we'll see later. So here, this is the place actually. Parent div colon colon after clear both. I'm clearing that. Okay, clear both. And after, right? Before also we need to clear. It needs to be clear. Okay, sorry. That required content here. Okay. That for colon colon required content actually. Because of that only. And parent div will apply the width and height also. By that colon colon after we need to see that before we have seen that. So why it is not applying, we'll see. Now we'll keep one div, undiv, that style, div style, clear. colon both. This way also we can clear here. Okay. Generally, Bootstrap will handle like that only. Colon colon before and colon colon after. Clear. Okay. So like this otherwise. Okay. You will keep on empty div and apply that clear both. Okay. Clear both. Then also we will clear that float. So now you are seeing right that float properties with the 150 pics. Okay, right. So the all these are in the floated property, float left properties, and we are cleared here float right property because we have created one empty div and we are cleared that float properties. If I'm not writing this means it will sit here because it will also floating. That element also float. We need to clear that float. So, and we'll see now why it is not applied. Clear float using colon after for clear float. Why it is not applying? We can see that. In clear fix, we need to use that only, right? This only, right? Okay, okay. Sorry. Display table. We need to write display table also. Okay, I got that. So it is floating, right? Div 4. You can write apply. You can apply the colon after display table. Think it will clearly. Okay, it is clear, right? I don't apply the new div. Okay, seen parent div. So this is the mandatory properties. Yeah, these three divs. Before means before you don't have any floated properties, right? So before this parent div, we don't have any other things, right? So after only you need to clear, right? So this is after. Okay, now we are clearing. That is the after. So before also you have some divs and with the div. Okay, here divs are with the floated properties like div class equal to div 5 and that div 5 some having the float left property. Now you can see that entire sorry that div we need to write div 5, right? Div 5 and we need to give some width and height, right? Same 150 pixels, height is 100 pixels. See now that background color. So okay, you can see that this div 5 also floated, right? So to clear this div 5 floating, what we need to do? We need to apply the same thing for before also. After, right? Now before. We need to clear that float properties. Otherwise, it will the that remaining elements also will float. That is the float property. Dangerous property. Okay. This is about div float. You can practice. Div float left, float right, clear. We need to clear that float. clear left you can clear, and right means right we can clear. Here I have written both right. Instead of that before means left enough. Okay. Here right enough. Still same. Okay? No difference are there. So instead of that, if I'll do reverse means clear right, okay, and clear left. So my elements are floating. Okay, here clear right before means that is left property, right? Float left properties, right? We are clearing the float right property. So that is not a, so here you will get some little bit confusion you will get. Here actually this element also float, but there is no space for that. Because of that, it should be here. Here. So in that cases, if you don't know that where it need to float, left or right, in that cases you can use the float both, clear both. So no problem. It will clear the entire width and entire contents. It will clear. So this is about float. Important. These two, overflow and float. These two are important. So the next CSS property is opacity. First, I'm taking one div. Inside that, I'm keeping one image. In the name we have, we'll take this image and we will apply the width and height. Okay. Okay. Now I have applied the width for image. Now uh, the opacity property. So what is this opacity property means? The transparency of an image. Okay. Not an image, any element. Transparency of an element. To reduce the transparency of any element, we will use the opacity property. So now what I'm doing, opacity, one means uh, how that element is showing, that only opacity one means default behavior for opacity. If I instead of that, I'm giving opacity 0.5. So I need to display that image transparency 50% transparency. So you got right 50% transparency. If you will give zero means first is zero means element is gone. Okay, and the transparency 0%. So no need to show that element is existed here, but that is in the transparency opacity 0. So like that, you need to apply 0.7. Okay, like this, little bit transparency 0.6. Okay, 0.6. Can try this easily. 0.2. The image is there, so little bit with a little bit transparency, that image is shown. 4, 3. Okay, this is the opacity. Opacity useful for transparency purpose mostly. Okay, where we will use this opacity means mostly for HR effects. Okay, HR effects. I will show you that. HR effects. IMG colon HR. Okay. Now image is the opacity of 100%. Means one. Now if I'm mouse hovering on this, you can see that. That effect you can see, right? To create this type of effects, we will use the opacities. You can see that edge over effect. Not only this, we can give for the divs also. Okay, I'm removing this image. Okay, that red color is there, right? Now you can see that opacity, how that opacity. Okay, whenever I'm mousing on this, that opacity, see. Okay, that opacity. Like this. So red color is there, right? This red color, I don't want to this 100% red color. I want only opacity 0.8. We'll see now. Okay. Now that's opacity, that little bit transparency applied for that. So this is about opacity. You can try that opacity property. And one more is important is you can try this opacity property. So min width and max width. Okay. What is the difference between min width and max? We will see that. So whenever it's 400 and 500 pixels, right? So what I'm doing, we will add some content and we'll see. Okay. Actually, we need content actually to show you that difference. 400 pixels and width 500 pixels. According to the width, here it is applied, right? Okay. Here, according to the width, it is applied. Now, instead of this here, if we will apply the max width 500 pixels and the max width 400 pixels. If I'm refreshing here, by the content is same right here. If I'm mm, so instead of this, I'll show you the difference now. Width 100%, max width 800 pixels. Okay, here you can see that. For now, first width, div width 800 pixels I have applied, width applied. And for the second div, max width 800 pixels applied. We'll see the difference now. We'll go to the actual window. There we'll see the difference. I'm refreshing this. I have refreshed this. Okay. Both are having here 800 pixels with the here max width. Now, if I'm resizing the window, you can see the difference. The first div, see now, the first div is there, right? The first div, that is first div is there, right? See the first div, how much width you have applied, width and 800 pixels, that much content is occupied. Okay, up to that it is occupied 800 pixels. But when I have applied the max width 800 pixels, you can see that this content is there, right? That is I think min width, some content min widths are there. Here also, if you are applying the max width property, and I'm making it as a big now, we'll see now. Okay, we are not getting the horizontal scroll, and the content is inner content is there, right? That is occupying dynamically, right? See, okay. So width you are applying means in that width only the content will not like you are dragging the div also, the content will not change. In that fixed width, the content will be adjusted and the content will not change. In that cases, max width you are applying, so that div will be treated according to the Windows width. It will you are seeing the difference, right? So this is max width, and for that width you can't drag more than that also. Okay, and max width, right? Min width. Here also, in this case also, we have one more is min width. So 600 pixels. I'm giving the min width for 600 pixels. You can see that up to that width only we can drag the. I'm refreshing this. You can see now. Here you can see that actually 999909. When it came to the 600 pixels, when it down to the, still now the element is stretching. You can see that element is stretching. The content also inside that content also stretching. When it is crossing below 600, so the element will not stretch. You can see now. So element is not stretching. We will get the horizontal scroll. Okay. See up to where up to 600 it is stretching. You can see now up to 600 the content is stretching. So below 600, see now below 600 the element the content is not stretching. So it is fixed. This is width, min width, and max. Max width means there is no width, but up to 800 pixels, the element will stretch, and we can drag the element 800 pixels, and we can drag in also. We can to 800. Min width means up to this only we can drag the content. Okay, the min width, max width, and width properties. We have few more properties also. We'll see that tomorrow. So practice this today. Opacity, float properties, opacity, float properties, and the first property is okay, this width and max width and min width you can practice. And what we have seen the first property, CSS property, overflow property. Okay, actually that four properties you can see. Tomorrow we need to see some properties also there, the animations also there, CSS animations. Okay, and how we media queries are there. We need to see tomorrow. We'll see at the same time. Okay, bye.